Unfortunately, we do have Uvalde to look at as an example. And what we know right now, just in the early stages of that investigation, ZeroEyes, had it been deployed in the manner in which we have it deployed, that individual would have never gained access to our building.
This simulation is taking place at Oxford High School in Michigan, one of several places piloting new gun detection technology. But of course, for the students and staff here at Oxford High, planning for a mass shooting isn't an academic exercise. Late last year, in the middle of a school day, this building became a crime scene.
We are following horrible breaking news out of Michigan, yet another school shooting.
The gunfire erupted this afternoon at a school just north of Detroit.
The suspect fired multiple shots. There's multiple victims.
Less than a year ago, a gunman shot and killed 4 fellow students and wounded others. The tragedy prompted additional security measures, including piloting ZeroEyes technology on some existing cameras throughout the campus.
We knew someone bad was in the building, and we didn't exactly know where they were to find them on the cameras. This particular type of technology would pinpoint their location, geolocate them, and give that information, again, not only to us, but also to first responders to find that individual quickly. On the day of our tragedy, we had over 100 calls to 911, we were told. And this would bypass all of that. It would just go right to the dispatch screen.
Oxford officials have spent months looking through dozens of security companies and strategies, but always with the students' mental health in mind, working to keep the school a school and not a fortress.
And that's the thing about safety and security, is that the more safe and more secure a facility is, the less welcoming, the less inviting, and really the less likely the students are to learn and enjoy themselves when they feel that way, when they're constantly bombarded with thoughts of being unsafe.
The ZeroEyes technology was installed on surveillance cameras that were already here at the school. If a weapon is detected, an alert is sent to the cell phones of school administrators and first responders, notifying them that a weapon is on the premises.
It is almost impossible for us to monitor cameras constantly. It's actually very helpful because our first responders would like to know exactly where the threat is inside the building.
Fox 35 News getting a first-hand look at an artificial intelligence system, ZeroEyes, designed to detect guns that's being tested at Oviedo High School. Captain Richard Francis is the Seminole County School District's public safety director.
We've been very, very pleased with the technology.
Oviedo High piloting ZeroEyes for the past 90 days. Sheriff Dennis Lima watching the presentation, his first impression.
Seeing this and seeing ZeroEyes, it seems to have a remarkable potential of increasing and enhancing some of the security practices and measures that we already have in place.
Superintendent Walt Griffin says the district hasn't had any recent problems with weapons in schools, but wants to stay ahead of the issue.
This would be a way to save lives and to give the police, our SROs, our school administrators, the information that they need.
The big things that are out there, a school shooting is one of those things that no one ever wants to have. But that doesn't mean that we don't prepare to prevent those. Gunshot detection is big. Typically, technology tells us when a gunshot goes off, it can give you the profile of that firearm or that weapon, and it can give you a location based upon those devices that are listening. From a school district standpoint, while that might be beneficial, it's too late. We got a problem already when that gunshot went off. And so we've been looking for a number of years from that time. We want to be able to respond and react before the gunshot. Research tells us that 90+ attacks, that firearm is visible to public before that firearm is fired. ZeroEyes works in that gap. If it catches the butt of a firearm, the hand grip of a firearm, it triggers an alert. There's a human loop in that, literally sitting inside a control room, staffed by former military, special forces individuals that recognizes that alert. That alarm will go off here in Hobbs. That model will go off at our Eagle IC. It will go off to a number of members of our leadership within Hobbs schools so that immediately we can activate, through that response, our access control and lock that building down. This is a piece of our ecosystem that can bring some peace and comfort knowing that we're providing a layer of protection that previously didn't exist and wasn't available.